ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of ARTE Generali Talks. Today we speak with art advisor Gaia Donzet. Gaia, tell us about your life. How is your life as an art advisor?
It is a dream job, even if sometimes it's hard, because you always want to have the best artwork for your collectors, and you're not alone, and everyone wants the same artworks. So sometimes it is difficult, but my day-to-day is going to art galleries, art museum, visit artist studio, talk with curators, and know in advance what are going to be the next show in museum, what are going to be the nicest artwork the artist has in the studio. So it's to know everything in the artwork, in the art world in advance, and know the market very well, know the prices, know the game changers, and be able to discuss with your collectors about all that.
And do you have any tips for young art collectors who want to start their art collection?
Yes, I have many tips. The first tips is to go and visit art galleries more and more and more and again, and museum shows, read books, buy any contemporary art magazine, and start to buy a first work of art that we love, because what is important is to choose something that speaks to you and not to your neighbor. To buy something because you like it, it speaks to your inconscience and not only to your wallet. You shouldn't buy something because it's not expensive, because that's not a good way to start. And you shouldn't buy something because it worth a lot of money and everyone is telling you that it worth a lot of money. You have to buy something that you like and that you don't want to resell tomorrow or even in 3 years because it costs much more than when you bought it. So the first thing is really to buy what you like and to visit many shows and speak to the galleries that are passionate people, meet other collectors as well, because it's very interesting to interact and exchange with different collectors that you know. Speak to specialists, that could be art advisor, of course, but it could be galleries, could be auctioneer, other collectors. I think it's very important. And sometimes also it's good to speak to artists because they show you another vision that what you have when you're looking at that artwork and what you think, and they can give you another broader view about what they do. And that's the next step to expand after your collection, because your collection is not only about what you like, but also sometimes about thematic that you didn't think about first, and they are underlining into your collection subconsciously. And then you can carry on and choose one theme that you will pursue and buy either only sculpture or only photography or video or humanistic work or things like that.
And do you have any tips for art collectors who want to determine the changing value of their art collection?
Today, I think it's very important to keep in touch. It's the actuality of what's going on for the artists you're collecting. So, of course, if they have exhibitions in galleries, but also in museum, it could be also a general exhibition with different artists. So that will reinforce the demand for your artist. Of course, you have to see also if the artist changes his style and if he's doing more photography and less painting or something else. So the numbers of artwork he's done in the past could be more demanded, and the value of the artworks you have is changing. So the best is, of course, to ask your insurer, but also an art auctioneer, because they can give you the advice of how much the artwork, the value of the artwork on the market, but also not only for the market, but to insure at home.
And last but not least, what are your thoughts on NFTs?
Okay, NFT. Wow, that's the question today. Everyone wants to know, should I buy or should I not buy NFT? And what I answer to my collectors is that if there is something that you like, of course you should buy it. Now it's a very new market, and there is no law that really frame it, and you have to be very careful about that. So there are two different types of things. There are the graphic designer, which suddenly became artists, and you have all the stones and the kettle, and you have the what else do you have? You have the punk, and you also have the monkeys. And you can buy one of these and they will represent you in the metaverse. And that is great if you want to live in internet 3.0 and have an avatar who looks like you, or not you, but represent you. Now, how much you want to spend it for that depends on how much time you spend there, I believe. And also if you want to sell it back or no. You have different type of artists. You have the designer, graphist that are doing these works, and you also have artists starting their NFT. So Damien Hirst, for example, he's done his cherry blossom, and at the same time he done NFT of the painting of the cherry blossom. And I think it's great if you can't afford the other one to buy this one. And of course, the artist is already well known by the market and the value will be still the same. But for another artist that no one knows, it's more difficult to know tomorrow the value of this artist. Beeple sold his artwork for 69 million, and that's amazing. But before to sell this artwork, it took him 14 years to sell this work. And during that time, he built a community. And I think what is important now is that if you want to buy an NFT, you have to be very careful about the community and who is buying this type of NFT. And you have a lot of game, you have many things. And I think you have to be careful. There will be the first art fair in June, the NFT art fair for 1 month. That will be a good start, I believe. There are no specialists yet, like we have on the other market. So you don't have any reference, and people are hiding behind pseudonym. I don't know how you say that in English. So I think it's dangerous for the market as well. So only buy what you like, and if it's about speculation, of course you can try, but that's your own risk.
Thank you so much, Gaia, for taking part in this interview. Hope to see you soon again.